Hello, I'm Lisa Holland-Nelson, and welcome to Women Mean Business. My guest today is Rani Puranik, owner and chief financial officer of Worldwide Oilfield Machine. Big title. Rani, welcome to Women Mean Business.
Thank you so much, Lisa, and what an honor. Thank you for having me. I can't thank you enough for all the work that you're doing for women. I mean, really, 12 years of veteran in business media, I applaud you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Somebody's interviewing me. Wow. Rani, I'm so excited to meet you as well, and your reputation has definitely preceded you. So I'd love to hear about Worldwide Oilfield Machine.
Absolutely, and I can tell you it's such a great story. This all started with my father, Mr. Sudhir Peronic, about 41 years ago. When I was 4 years old, I'm about to date myself, but a little bit even further than that. So I was just 4, and my dad found a process for the oil and gas industry. Really, he's a metallurgist. So this was all a metal coating process, very specific to the needs of the oil and gas industry at that time. So you can imagine, small garage, me and my mom used to come and give him dinner. I used to sleep in the pantry on the floor next door. This was back in 1976.
Wow.
And then from that time, the Worldwide Oilfield Machine started off as a refurbishment company, repair company. One thing led to the other, from a 3-man team to today, where we are 41 years later. We are a 3,000 people company with a $350 million revenue every year. And we're in 11 global locations, primarily oil and gas hubs, but headquartered here in Houston with our largest manufacturing footprint in India. And as for me, I grew up in the business until I was in 12th grade. I went to India for about 19 years. I was married there. I had a very successful business career in India as a dance leadership mentorship program, which I used to call the Integral Search for Harmony Through Art, or ISHA. It was made for girls.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just for girls.
Wow.
And then after that, I came back in 2007. Just decided I needed to have some space and some time for figuring out my life one more time, and I joined WOM.
So tell me about what you're actually doing.
No, absolutely. And the oil field spectrum is just so large, right? So we do everything from designing, engineering, and manufacturing for the oil and gas industry, upstream, midstream, and for downstream.
Oh, so all three.
All three. If I can tell you in a nutshell, Worldwide Oilfield Machine focuses on innovative technologies from the very beginning. So it's a design engineering company, also put together with its manufacturing capabilities. So we're vertically integrated. The kind of key phrase of WOM is that we have everything in-house except for a steel mill and a shipping company. Everything else is vertically integrated, which helps us to control quality, delivery, and just process improvement continuously. And that's Worldwide Oilfield Machine. The
buzzword around the energy business today is environmental. Climate change,
yes,
the earth, et cetera, et cetera. How is WOM dealing with that?
When we talk about oil and gas, I don't think we're ever going to be completely independent of petroleum products, right? I mean, 70% of oil and gas is used for every industry that we see. So with that in mind, we as a company take pride in designing, manufacturing, and producing our product responsibly and sustainably. So one of the designs that we've come up with is really an environmental friendly product design for the fracking industry. It's a revolutionary product.
That's a revolution.
It is a revolution, and the name of it is Magnum SP. We have coined it to really be a legacy for the founder, who is Sudhir Peronic, so SP. And this is going to revolutionize the fracking industry. But it has applications for drilling, production, subsea as well. But when I talk about frac, it's probably considered one of the highest technology required sites. This valve is half the weight, uses, and I'm going to say this, 0 grease. We field tested it, it is proven, and there are so many other functions to it that we would love for anybody that's interested to come and see it. We've got it in our shop.
So it'll make everyone not hate them.
I hope not. I mean, definitely appreciate the effort being taken to produce this very critical resource that is used all over the world, like I mentioned, responsibly, with safety and environment first and foremost in mind.
I mean, your equipment sounds like it has to be gigantic. Can you tell us a little about some of the different machines that you're building?
Absolutely. So a gate valve, for example, that's anywhere between 3 and 4 tons, right? So we're talking about large, heavy industry equipment. You can imagine when this equipment is going into a geographic site, we're talking about extreme pressures of 15,000, 20,000. When it goes to subsea, 30, 35,000 PSI. That's a lot. Now, for a layman to understand, when we open the tap and water comes out of it, that's anywhere between 2.5 to 3 PSI. We're talking about equipment that can sustain and withstand everything that comes out of the ground at 10,000, 15,000 to 35,000 PSI, right? Not just that, the deeper you go, the more hot it becomes. So we're looking at temperatures up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and sometimes also as cold as minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So this industry is fabulous. This industry, in all reality, is a technology industry, and that's what keeps us going. We're an innovative company.
Is the gate valve like your number one product?
The gate valve is our number one product. This is where it all started from. This is where the technology and all the patents are. We have about 21 patents to our name. So everything from gate valves to BOPs to ball valves to subsea intervention systems, everything started off with a simple technology using the gate and the seat, or the gate valve.
And where do you make these?
The beauty is, because we're an innovation company, all of the IP, the prototypes, the tests, the designs, everything takes place in Houston. We are 4 locations in Houston, manufacturing, and a huge R&D facility. Now, we take these proven designs, we field test them as well, and then our large manufacturing hub is in India, where yes, they take the excellent skills, quality, everything is regulated by API, and manufacturing process are also governed by those same standards in India.
Tell me about your customers. Are they all the big energy companies, or do you just have a few customers, or what does that look like?
Absolutely. So typically, the drilling contractors would be our customers, but also because we're such a technology innovation company, we customize solutions. A lot of the majors also work directly with us, like the BPs, the Chevrons, the Shells, they work directly with us. But if not them, then the Halliburton, Schlumberger, Transoceans, you name it, all the drilling contractors, they all come to us.
Well, I know that building this business along the way, I guess you told me that your mother started the Peronic Foundation.
That's correct.
But I know that you are well involved.
Yes.
So I want you to take a minute and tell us what the foundation focuses on.
Absolutely. The foundation was started by my mother, as you said, Rani Puranik, 20 years ago. We lived here in the United States, she did, but she had this very strong calling to give back to society. And her home country, being India, she went to Pune, India, found 27 acres of land, and decided to dedicate that land for under-resourced, underprivileged children who did not have access to education. So the primary focus for the Peronic Foundation is education for under-resourced kids. Today, it is a private grade school from kindergarten to 12th. And this in particular is really special to us. It's completely sustainable. There's no direct electricity or kind of what we would say the city conveniences, but everything works as a tiny sustainable unit. It's got solar, biogas, water retention, recycling, its own organic farming, everything. It houses around 200 people on site, and it's thriving. So with that in mind, that's in India. Peronic Foundation is headquartered here in Houston with its main school in India, but we work extensively with HISD. There are a number of programs, study abroad programs, holistic learning programs, mindfulness programs, and also alternative energy programs. One of the next programs that we've got is called Innovation Impact. This one is about collaborating with top tier, Rice University, with the Energy Institute here in Houston, with a professor, some of the just professors from Stanford University, and with Junior Achievement. We've built a 12-week program for young minds, young kids to really tap into innovative ideas for recycle, for renewable, thinking of different designs out of the box. And we're getting the best resources from these wonderful universities to partner with us. They get to actually test and try these products and innovations on our site campus in India.
If someone wants to achieve the success that you've achieved, what's the most important advice you'd give them?
You know, Lisa, I believe in legacy. I believe that what was started 41 years ago has the potential as a business to keep going for the next 200 years. I actually have a plan, a blueprint of that. I believe that I'm just a bridge, and not just for WOM, but also for the foundation. And along with that, my whole passion, and I hope that this can be transferred in the future, how do we make the next life better? Whether it's in a business, whether it's a foundation, whether it's in your family, whether it's in your community, how can we make the next life better? So I believe in legacy. And to that point also, I'm publishing my book. It's coming out next year for Mother's Day. It's called 7 Letters to My Daughters. It's about my story, about 7 kind of chunks or cycles of my life over 7 periods, about me being a woman, girl, lady, daughter, mother, wife, all of it. And really the intention was to be a gift for all the daughters and the mothers of the world. Just my lessons of love and leadership, of what has kind of groomed me and formed me to be the leader I am today.
Thank you so much. There you have it, extraordinary advice from an extraordinary woman. I'm Lisa Holland-Nelson, your host for Women in Business. Hope you'll come back next week.